People on the shore saw the plane coming down very quickly and hitting the water.
Now at 5 o'clock, search crews on the scene throughout the night after a float plane crashed yesterday near Whidbey Island. Tragically, all 10 people on board are presumed dead. The plane was on its way from Friday Harbor to Renton when it went down in Mutiny Bay just at 3 p.m. yesterday. And this morning, the Coast Guard from as far as California will be joining the efforts. Thanks for joining us here on this Monday, Labor Day. I'm Jake Wittenberg.
And I'm Farah Jadran. We know the NTSB is also on their way right now to help with that investigation. We're going to take a closer look at the company and dig into the type of plane that crashed.
First, let's get to our team coverage with King 5's Kayla Lafferty live on Whidbey Island this morning, speaking with investigators there. Kayla, what's the latest on the search at this hour?
Well, it's still too dark, Farah and Jake, to see what's going on in the bay behind us here. But what we do know is that crews are looking for those remaining 9 victims today, and Coast Guard crews from Sacramento will be joining the search efforts. So far, we don't know anything about a potential cause, but that will be a big focus moving forward. Witnesses said the plane was flying over Mutiny Bay before quickly crashing into the water. The Coast Guard established a surface safety zone around the scene, and several boats have been out searching through the night. We're told they'll keep searching for victims as long as it makes sense to do so.
So the Coast Guard will continue to search as long as it's viable to do so, and so long as there is an opportunity for somebody to be saved.
The FAA has put out temporary flight restrictions now around this crash area, but back out here live today, the Coast Guard will be back out on the water and in the air with aircrafts continuing to search for these victims. But for now, live in Freeland, Kayla Lafferty, King 5 News.
And let's get right over to King 5's Angelique Hockaday now with more about the type of plane that crashed and the company that operated. Angelique, what do we know this morning?
Yeah, Jake and Farah, at this point, experts we spoke to say the investigation is just really getting started. We know the float plane was operated by Friday Harbor Seaplanes. That's a service owned by Northwest Seaplanes, which has been in operation for more than 30 years. Now, we also know the aircraft that crashed is a de Havilland Canada DHC-3 Otter, and according to records, was last observed near Oak Harbor 18 minutes into its 50-minute flight. Now, some new information this morning. We know the National Transportation Safety Board will be on Whidbey Island later today to help with the investigation. Now, they're an independent agency that helps determine causes of accidents and safety issues. But we did speak to an aviation expert, Scott Hamilton, who has decades of experience consulting airlines. He says among the things investigators will look into as a matter of routine include whether the pilot had any medical issues, passenger background, if there were maintenance issues on the plane, and a look at the weather conditions at the time.
If there had been ample warning, it is, I think, possible that the plane could have made an emergency landing on the water.
Now, he also says seaplanes are designed to land on water unless something went wrong. Aviation experts also say the depth of the water where it crashed is also a factor in how soon the plane can be retrieved. In the studio, Angelique Hockaday, back to you.
All right, thank you, Angelique. Back in 2016, it was a Kenmore air seaplane that crashed in the San Juan Islands. 4 people were taken to the hospital at the time of that crash. The plane's passengers described foggy weather conditions. Stay with King 5 for the latest details on this breaking news. You can also check for updates online at king5.com.